Hey guys, what's going on? Carnage Candy here. And I've never really told you guys what I do other than YouTube, like as a trade. I'm a freelance photographer and I take pictures of weddings, couples, people, like anything that I can. So I thought it would be interesting to give a photographer's perspective on the new A24 film directed by Alex Garland called Civil War, starring Kirsten Dunst. So let's talk about it.
Death scenes are always much more elaborate. More blood, more gore. Carnage, candy.
So A24 came out with their first high-budget war film starring Kirsten Dunst, directed by Alex Garland. This is A24's first, real big budget. This is the highest budget they've ever had. It was a $50 million budget, which I think is actually higher than anything they had. This movie is generally around a civil war that starts in a dystopian near future where apparently, I know it's crazy, Texas and California join sides and attempt to revolt and create a new government. First things first, I want to say about this movie, I really like how not political, not unbiased movie this was. I thought I was going to come into a movie that had politics, had a lot of story about this Civil War, but we actually didn't get any of that. We basically follow these two photographers played by Kirsten Dunst, Wagner Moura, and Kaylee Spaney. They're war photographers. Kirsten Dunst is sort of the veteran. She's well known. She is basically trying to capture this war. And in the beginning, she saves this young girl. I think her name was Jessie in the movie. She's a young 23-year-old dreamer. Like, as a photographer, you kind of see yourself in her shoes. Not only that, but you also see Kirsten Dunst seeing herself in these shoes. And Kirsten Dunst does a really, really good job at showing that. Portraying that you see, it's like she sees her former self, like when she was on the rise and she was dreaming in her. And you can't really do that with just voiceover, like voicing. You got to really do it with your facial expressions and your movements. It's really hard to portray that, and Kirsten Dunst just nailed it. She does it perfectly. Like, the whole time you could tell, like, even though, like, when they go on to their little trip to DC, that she doesn't want her to go, but at the same time she sees herself in the shoes of this girl. It's really good. It really draws you into the story. So Kirsten Dunst saves the little girl because they're like in war. She sees her in passing. So Kirsten Dunst sees the little girl in passing and she covers her when a bomb explodes and saves her life, actually. And she's like, yo, you got to be more careful. Like I'm not going to be here next time. And you could die. Like, this isn't a joke. Like, we're in war, you know? So then she follows her. The little girl follows Kirsten Dunst to this, like, hotel. Basically, I don't want to say stalked her, but she networks with her. She's like, yo, you're a big inspiration of mine, and I just wanted to let you know that, blah, blah, blah. And she networks her way into going with them because they end up wanting to go to D.C. because they hear the Texas, California military is on the way to surround the president and just take him out. And they want a quote. They want him to say, they want to interview him. They want to talk to, they're the press. These guys are journalists. They're photojournalists, and they want to get that because it changed their lives, you know, it changed their careers. Like, it's crazy, you know, it's wild. They go on this real long journey to DC. So it's like 300 miles to DC. Like, the war's going on everywhere, it seems like, because they go in passing, they go to this, like, in the middle of nowhere farm, and the people that own the farm are strapped. Like they're ready to go, and it looks like they've been killing people for a while. That's just past. Like they're not even like war people. They're just killing people that pass through their farm. You don't know who thinks what. Alex Garland did a really good job of not putting politics in this. You really don't know what side views what. You really have no idea what is going on when it comes to the political aspect of this film. So you don't know the guy that they meet up with in passing. He's like, "What kind of American are you?" Like it matters, but you don't know why that matters at all. You have no idea why that matters. So he's just like, "You a Missouri, you a Colorado American? Like, who are you?" So that scene gets really, really, really intense because it's a close call. None of that has really anything to do with what I experience as a photographer at all, because I'm not a war photographer, so I can't relate to any of that. But after that, when the other scenes when they go to the camp and she's developing film and they're talking equipment, they're talking how she became a photographer and their dreams and all this kind of stuff. That's when you really start to like understand like they really did their research here, because it's just really good how these two characters interact and they just talk to each other about their aspirations and like everything they need to do. Along the way, they get some side war shots because why not? You know, the war's going on around them. They might as well make use of it and capture as much as they can. The movie did a really good job at notifying that. So when you're a photographer, you want to overshoot. You want to shoot as much as you can because you might miss something. And it really captured that. And I really love that it captured that. Both girls are like, she's teaching her, like a lot of the times they have to pull her back. They have to pull the new girl back because she doesn't really have experience here, where she doesn't know where she can stand and where she can't stand. Because they're in the middle of gunfire, you know, it's wild. So they pull her back. They do all that stuff over and over and over throughout the film, but you get to see that. What I think is really cool, you get to see their shots, like when they take them, which I don't know how the little girl did, because she has a film camera, bro. She has to develop it. She has to like do I don't even know how to develop film, so I can't tell you what she has to do, but it's a process. It's definitely a process. And it's weird that it's not weird, but it is cool that you see their pictures as soon as they take them, because some of them are really good photos. What part was really crazy? They found a town that's not really, it was weird because this town just kind of didn't pay attention to the war. You know what I mean? Because it's just a shop. It's like a normal town like now where you go into a shop. There's like no one, like it's like a little small town. So there's like not many people in it and you just can buy stuff and no one's really talking about or participating in like, you know, war. And they think it's weird. So there's just like, yo, you guys know there's like a civil war going on in the entire United States? Because it seems like it's happening everywhere. And they're like, yeah, well, we try to stay away from that kind of shit. And I'm just like, all right. Like, they're just like, okay, whatever. But there were snipers. The thing is, there were still people with guns in the building across from them. So I don't know if it was like, maybe they're just doing that for protection or something or what. I don't know. But I thought that was weird. That didn't really make much sense. If you're going to see this movie, try to see it at a Atmos theater, because the sounds going on around you when they're shooting, which is funny, it's just phenomenal. It's literally, the sound design in this movie is phenomenal. So try to see it in a Dolby Atmos theater. We got to, but there was a voyage in that. So that's another story. They did a really good, like Alex Garland just kills it with this writing, because you think you're going to find out about this war and you don't. And at first I thought I wasn't going to like that part of it, but it really keeps like, it makes it so that there's like no preachy, like no sides like to analyze, or you just watch the movie and the photographers and their voyage and like what's going to happen and if they're going to capture the president at all before he gets murdered, if they're going to be late. Like, it's all focused on things like that, and I really enjoyed that. I didn't think I would, but I really, really did. I really enjoyed it. This movie is also shot, like, this is A24's biggest budget, and rightfully so. But I feel like Alex Garland really pulled as much money, as much stuff as he could out of this budget. I don't know if he got it out of Jesse's camera, but I'm just kidding. In reality, like, this $50 million movie, even though it's A24's biggest budget, it looks like a $100 million movie, 100%. This movie is shot so well, and everything's going on around you. The effects are really fucking good in this movie. The special effects are really good. The sound is perfect in this movie, and the acting is phenomenal. Like, this movie looks like it was like $80 to $100 million movie, to be honest. And hopefully it makes way more than that, because I enjoyed this movie a lot. They get to DC. The Texas, Californian, whatever they're called, army surrounds the White House. They're there. DC's insane. Like, there's gunfire everywhere. There's bombs. There's missiles. Everything's going on. And the girl has to be pulled back because she keeps going into what's going on. It's just wild. It's wild and crazy. The president escapes. The photographers are like, wait, that looked too easy. You know what I mean? That looked way too easy. They go into the White House instead because they don't believe that actually happened. So they go into the White House and they actually get to the president. But before they get to the president, they're just killing anyone in front of them. The people, not the photographers, of course. This military is this militia or military, if you will, is just killing everyone in front of them. There are no negotiations, no nothing. They are in the middle of gunfire. They're taking pictures to get the shot. Jessie, I think her name is, the little girl, the younger girl, she gets in the frame at the wrong moment. Not worst moment possible, okay? Worst moment possible. She cuts it, like, as soon as they reload, they pull out. She goes to get the shot. They draw their weapons, and then Kirsten sees this happening and then jumps in front and takes the bullet for her. Kind of metaphorically pass the torch to Jessie, if you will. That ending I really, really liked, because then you realize this movie is not about the Civil War at all. This movie is about Jessie and her future as a photographer and photojournalist, and these two photographers and their photojournalism journey, how important it is to them and how important getting the shot is. Like, I know how important getting the shot is. And being a naive 23, yeah, I'm 34 now, so I'm not gonna do that. But a 23 dreamer might, to get the shot, honestly. And a lot of people didn't understand that when I saw them reviewing. I did. I really did, because when you're a dreamer, that's what matters. Getting the shot is what matters, and that's the only thing that matters. I thought that was pretty cool also. And it's cool that they ended up killing the president and all that, and they just didn't ask him any questions. They were just like, "Can I get a quote?" So that he had something to put on record, and they just blew his head, just killed him right there, because no questions asked. The Civil War must have been real, because they didn't say shit. They were just like down to kill this man. It was wild, honestly. So yeah, this movie was awesome. I really liked it because of the photojournalism aspect, the photography aspect. I think it's kind of like, I wanted to know why this girl had a film camera. Because, like, I do get, like, what you have is enough. Like, what you have is what you have, you know? Like, I've been there. But I don't think there's any reason to actually have a film camera unless you actually want film. Because she was like, "Oh, my dad gave me this." It's like, your dad didn't have anything else but a digital camera. And this is but a film camera. And this is in the future. So, like, film is even more obsolete than what it is now, and that's all she has. So I thought that was really weird. What I think should have happened at the end. So when Kirsten Dunst's character gets shot and drops, they should have done, like, some sort of metaphor with war. You know how in war, like, I've never been in war, but you know how, like, if your comrade dies, you take his weapons, and now, you know, you have his stuff now. You know, because he ain't going to use it. I don't understand why Jessie didn't just get the upgrade on the camera and take Kirsten Dunst's equipment. Like, I don't know if she just didn't know how to shoot Sony or what. She just didn't take her equipment. Like, that would have been a free upgrade. She would have been able to get her shots published as well. She would have had everything. That would have been literally passing the torch, literally, because she literally took what she had and made it hers. So now she starts the journey. I think they really should have did that, but they didn't, and that kind of made me mad. But that's such a little thing to worry about. I really think they should have did that, but it's just a little thing to care about. I don't know. I didn't like that she didn't do that. I didn't think I was going to like this movie as much as I did, but honestly, this might be my favorite Alex Garland film, actually. If you're going into this wanting your stereotypical A24 spooky film, or like scary indie weird movie, this is not your movie. This is a war film through and through. Even though it follows photojournalists, this is not your movie if that's what you're going in for. I went in expecting that, but I didn't go in for that. So I really, really enjoyed the movie. Honestly, I'm probably going to give this movie an A, actually. I love this movie. Every aspect of this movie I really, really, really enjoyed, and I probably will see it again. Let me know what you guys think of it, because I thought this movie was really good. This is the best movie I've seen this year. Honestly, Civil War is the best movie I've seen this year. Top-notch movie. I'm definitely going to give this movie an A. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments, because I would really like to talk about this movie. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to get 100 subs, so help me out, guys. I really need it. Like this video, please. It really helps me out. And if you like videos, I usually do horror, but this is a little bit different, but it's A24, so I figured it'd be all right to do this. I usually do horror. If you like horror, give me a sub, and it'll really help me out. So I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.